years old. It proves you're never too late to start something new.
Yeah, Paul was telling me yesterday, says whatever Blake's going to have in youth and speed and vim and vigor, he's going to make up with skill and being a wise old man. And he's going to have that old man strength, too.
He looks like he's in great shape, Craig. He doesn't look like he took the fight, you know, short notice or half-assed, so to speak. He looks like he's in great shape, about to enter here also, you know, for his first time here into the BFL cage.
So this will be advanced amateur, so there will be ground and pound when they do go to the mat.
Diana Todd there with our first round introduction, and now we will send it up to the cage for our introduction. Here is Ryan Christian Ventura.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the River Rock Show Theater in beautiful Richmond, BC. Tonight is the Battlefield Fight League's 5th anniversary event. To celebrate, some of the best MMA fighters have come from all over the Pacific Northwest to showcase their skills. I'm your MC for tonight, Ryan Ventura, and we are here for BFL Fight Night 36. This event is sanctioned by the British Columbia Athletic Commissioner. Our commissioner is Wayne Willows. Our judges for this evening, Clayton Welch, Mike Tubbs, and Eric Yu. And our referees for this evening are John Cooper, Kevin Dornan, and Goldie Kelsey. Our next bout is in the BFL featherweight division, scheduled for three-minute rounds. Introducing first the fighter in the blue corner. This man stands at 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in at 145.5 pounds. Making his BFL debut with a record of 1 win, 3 losses. He is an independent from Terrence, BC, Blake Sigvaldason. And his opponent in the red corner, this man stands at 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 144.7 pounds. Making his BFL debut with a record of 2 wins, 1 loss. Representing Lions MMA in Vancouver, BC, Paul Kane. And your man in charge of the action is John Cooper.
Both these guys, as you mentioned, Craig, beyond their 3 first fights in the amateur division, so this will be an advanced amateur bout.
Yep, John Cooper, our referee. This one's scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the amateur featherweight division.
And we're off. Both fighters rush to the middle of the cage here, Craig.
All right, it's Paul Kane in the black. Sigvaldason, he's in the black with red and gray trim as Kane presses Sigvaldason up against the cage. Takedown for Sigvaldason.
Threw a quick jab, right overhand right to get that takedown, Craig, and he's quickly into full mount here. He's got his high knees tucking the feet under the butt there to get a really good hold on that high mount. Kane from the bottom trying to get one of those feet back.
All right, so youth is served early.
Blake's going to see if he can't create some distance here by cross-facing that face. The forearm. Kane turn out looking for the armbar maybe, but Kane with a nice job there, Craig, to get into top position.
And the elder statesman now on top.
Sigvaldason here with control on the right arm of Paul Kane. Active feet, not a closed guard here, so he's looking to attack from the bottom. Corner of Paul Kane calling for a pass. Nice stand up there from Sigvaldason, and he's able to turn this back into his favor here in full mount, or in full guard now of Paul Kane.
All right, Sigvaldason in the full guard of Paul Kane. Back and forth start so far.
Both these guys making their Battlefield debuts here tonight under the bright lights of the River Rock Casino here in Richmond, British Columbia. Sigvaldason doing a little something to interrupt the breathing there of Paul Kane. Trying to mount up. Micah Brakefield calling for a pass to the guard, and just like that, Sigvaldason is listening into a half guard position here.
Minute 15 here to go. Round number 1 scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Sigvaldason trying to do some damage from the top. Not a ton yet. He's getting some body shots in there from top position now.
Yeah, threw a quick right hand in there on the chin and then a few shots to the body. He's kind of inching him towards the cage here, Craig, and always a good move if you're in any kind of a dominant top position to get that guy against the cage on the bottom. Leaves him a lot less room to move around.
Now some nice rights landing from Sigvaldason. Good round for him so far. 21-year-old taking it to the 45-year-old.
Now in the open half guard here as Kane's going to try to get up back to his feet, but Sigvaldason steps through, and now, oh, great job there by Kane, but he might be getting caught here with that high leg. Looking for, it looks like an omoplata attempt here. He's stepping over, try to alleviate that shoulder lock, and he does just that.
Yeah.
Looking maybe for a Darce choke here, or an anaconda choke potentially here is Paul Kane. And it's not tight as of yet, but he's looking for it, and he's not going to have enough time to finish it here unless he gator rolls real quick. He may look to get there if he can. Sigvaldason caught in there. Is he going to have the time, though? Nope.
All right, there you go. Round number 1 in the books. We should point out Kane's a pretty big favorite in this one at -300. Sigvaldason just a +240 underdog. So
pretty even first round.
Well, pretty good round for the young man. Spent most of the round on top.
Yeah, he was reversed a couple of times, but he was able to find himself in dominant position most of the round. Got caught at the end, though. You know, that choke that he tried to slap on there, that Kane tried to slap on, it was there with some more time. He might have been able to sink that in and you know, really catch the legs and look for a finish there. But Sigvaldason, fortunate the 3-minute round comes to an end.
Sigvaldason did get a couple of shots into the body and a few to the head of Paul Kane while he was in top position. That's going to count on the judges' scorecards as well.
Commission calling for a towel here. It's nice innovation from Micah Brakefield to use the shin of his pants to alleviate the wetness on the mat there.
Whatever you can do.
It's not about what you need, it's about what you got.
All right, here we go. Round number 2. Touch gloves at center. Kick and a response from Kane.
Yeah, the kick's
looking for that
there
right.
by Kane.
Now he goes to ground. Might have a guillotine here. It's tough to see.
From this angle, I don't think he's got his hands clasped. You can see he's looking for a switch, though. Nice attempt on the sweep there. That right foot butterfly guard inside, left leg over top of Sigvaldason's right leg. Really looking to just take that momentum and spin him over to the left.
Kane busy from the bottom, both the first round and here early in the second round as well, looking for that sweep.
Here's Sigvaldason now going to look to pass to that left side. Possible head and arm triangle choke setup here happening. Good hammer fist from the top there from Sigvaldason. If he can look to pass from here to that left side, potential of an arm triangle is still there. Now he's switched to a bit of a crossface, though, to create some distance. Going to pull Kane's arm out and take that right to the mat. Very nicely done there by Sigvaldason. That's an open half guard there. Nice pass looking Kane with that left foot just trying to hold, and he actually does a really nice job to retain that half guard there, Craig. Some body shots, body, head. Classic ground combination there from Sigvaldason. Not showing his age for a second. For 21 years old, really showing some great composure in the cage right now.
Yeah, and a good game plan as well. He was talking about that before the fight, and we can see what his game plan is to spend a lot of this fight in top position here. They haven't spent too much time standing yet.
No, he's grinding it out for sure. Single butterfly from the bottom still for Paul Kane, and he's probably looking to adjust and try to find a place where he can get that momentum to try to, you know, initiate that sweep to his left and to the right of Sigvaldason if he can tie that arm up. Here's where it might be coming up if he can lock it in. No, he chooses to go to full guard instead. Almost a body triangle from the bottom here as Kane really tries to hang on here coming into the last minute of the second round of the night here. Some good shots from the top here. Sigvaldason just keeping that pressure on, Craig.
What's Kane trying to do here from the bottom? Is he looking for a triangle? Is he looking for an arm?
It was interesting at first, and now he's trying to get a bit of a higher guard from the bottom up. He was really looking with that butterfly guard to initiate a sweep, and it was working for him, you know, halfway, and he stopped looking for it all of a sudden, and I'm not sure why, because I think that was his best bet. It did happen in the first round for him. Now we're into the last 10 seconds in the end of the second round here.
And another good one for Sigvaldason.
You have to say Sigvaldason controlled the majority of that round again from top position.
See Paul Kane there. Doesn't look too gassed.
John Cooper with some quick instruction there to Sigvaldsson's corner. I'm not sure exactly what he had to say, but
don't spill any more water.
It might have been ice related. In the corner of Paul Kane, we have former Battlefield welterweight champion Leo Xavier as well. Those two gentlemen have battled it out in a prior Battlefield card, Leo Xavier and Micah Brakefield. Interesting how old things become new again and new things become old again. I mean, no different than us sitting right here, I guess, Craig. 5 years later, here we are back at it again.
I'm feeling younger already.
Kevin Dornan feeling younger. I would ID that man at the club right now. Look at that clean-shaven face next to us there. What a good-looking gentleman.
Our referee we're going to see a little later tonight sitting to our right here, cage side, as we're just about to take in round number 3 of this featherweight contest. Paul Kane is on your screen right there, taking on Blake Sigvaldason, who probably is up 2-0. We got to see something from Paul Kane here. Can he stand up more than just a few seconds? Tries a Superman punch, which misses.
Saw a bit of an open mouth, big breath there from Paul Kane at the beginning of the 3rd round, and Sigvaldsson's going to shoot in here again and look for that double leg, and he passes right into half guard from that double. Very nicely done by Blake Sigvaldason. This is exactly where he wants to be, and although Paul has control of his head here, the cage is too close for him to be able to really utilize that sweep. Sigvaldsson's just too heavy now on the upper body.
Yeah, and so far the story of this fight has definitely been the takedowns of Blake Sigvaldason.
Yeah, and he looked to use knee on belly there for just a second. Paul Kane trying to use all that upper body strength, but, you know, strength versus technique, and a lot of the times the technique's going to win. Sigvaldason now voluntarily stepping back into that half guard, possibly just a position he feels comfortable in to be able to rain down some shots here. Head coach Mark Beer frantically chewing his nails in Campbell River, BC, if I know my man. He mentioned this morning that watching on pay-per-view was second best tonight as he couldn't be here in person, so quick shout-out to my island friend there. Now some shots from Sigvaldason here, left hands from the top, raining down into the corner here, and Paul Kane up against the cage. Really needs to look to get out of here. He's got 90 seconds to turn this fight around, Craig.
And so far, that is no indication of that happening as Paul Kane remains on the ground where on his back.
Great
now
pass.
A full mount from Sigvaldason. And this is bad news for Paul Kane.
They're calling for Paul Kane to circle and escape, but he might be getting rained down some shots here. Sigvaldason's going to try and flatten him out here. Full from the back, full control, 2 hooks in. He's got that over under control right now.
All right, final 60 seconds to go.
Kane throwing some shots there. Oh, he might have a rear naked choke set up here, Craig. He does have the time if he can sink it in to finish it. Kane fighting that top hand.
Yeah, that
some
right
hand
arm
fighting
not
going
quite
down.
under the chin.
Still fighting to keep that. A great job there by Paul Kane to alleviate that choke. Might look to try to spin out and end up on top here if he can, Craig. Sigvaldason, great control from the back here. Great job there by Sigvaldason. You could hear the corner asking him to get on top when he turns, and he did just that. But the strength of Paul Kane able to get back to that top position.
Can he do something in the final 15 seconds? It's going to have to be huge. There's not a lot of time. Now remember, no elbows are allowed from Kane. It's just punches now that Kane is allowed, and I'm afraid it's going to be too little too late.
Great job
from the
there.
45-year-old.
Right at the end of the bell there by Sigvaldason to put a stamp on this fight for him as well.
All right, we're going to the judges' scorecards. What should be a fairly open and shut case, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Youth definitely taking precedent here tonight. And you know what, Craig? Just a great game plan all around from Blake Sigvaldason. You know, came out early on through a quick jab, right hook combination that he used to get in underneath, was able to get that early takedown, and from that point, he basically just used his will, you know, to push Paul Kane over and over into that fence, really gained a control from the outset, and had pretty much a relentless game plan from start to finish.
Yeah, and you mentioned good technique from Sigvaldason, but he also showed some strength, too, in that fight.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just quickly with the forearm, the crossface, really keeping Kane on the floor. Choosing to go back to a half-guard position after already passing usually denotes a lot of upper body strength. It's a comfortable position. You know, you really feel in control if you have the leg tied up as well as being able to have that crossface.
All right, so a good start for BFL 36 here in Richmond, British Columbia.
Waiting for our judges to tabulate their scores here as Ryan Ventura makes his way up and into the cage. First fight of the night here at Battlefield 36 in the books. All kinds of title fights coming up tonight, Craig. We've got probably one of the most talked about fights in BFL history headlining our show tonight. We're a long ways from it, but as we sit here and see some of the new decals inside the cage here, Ash Mashregi, Dejan Kajic, that's one of our 2 rematches tonight, as Jared Ravel and Ryan Allen also meet in a rematch as pros only tonight. Yeah. We have a long, absolutely, stacked fight card coming down the pipe here on Saturday, May 30th here at the River Rock tonight.
All right, the decision is in. Let's find out what it is. Inside the cage we go. Here he is, Ryan Ventura.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges have scored the fight 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision. The fighter in the blue corner, Blake Sigvaldason.
Blake Sigvaldason improving to 2-3 in his amateur career. 2 in a row now for Sigvaldason, and a well-deserved win. Some great takedowns, good ground and pound. He was swept 2 or 3 times during the fight, but managed to regain top position in whatever way he needed to.
Yeah, absolutely. A great job done pretty much start to finish by Sigvaldason. And, as you mentioned, 2-3, in his second win in a row, meaning he started 0-3. If you dig through our playbook tonight, the guy in the main event started his pro career off 0-3 and is now 5-3 in a